Assalamualaikum everyone. My name is Sadia Education Wali and I'm student at Rehan College Korangi Campus. Currently, I'm enrolled in Teacher Training Bootcamp 1. So today we will talk with ChatGPT and my topic is uh, how to develop effective public speaking skills. So let's start. Hello ChatGPT. Today we will talk about how to develop effective public speaking skills. So my first question is what make a person an effective public speaker?
An effective public speaker usually blends clarity, confidence, and connection. They know their message deeply, but they also read the room. So it's not just what they say, but how they say it, with voice variation, pace, and pauses. Good speakers tell stories to make ideas stick, and they stay authentic so people trust them. Basically, they prepare thoroughly, but sound natural.
Okay, ChatGPT. So my next question is why do many people feel nervous before speaking in public and how can beginner overcome the fear of public speaking?
Yeah, that's super common. Most people feel nervous because they're worried about judgment or making mistakes. Beginners can start small, like practicing in front of a mirror or recording short clips, and gradually speaking in front of friends or small groups. Breathing slowly before stepping up helps too. And honestly, reminding yourself that nerves don't mean that you're doing badly. It just means that you care. With repetition, the fear drops. Exposure is the trick, little by little.
Okay, ChatGPT. So my next question is what are the key quality of a confident public speaker?
Confident speakers show strong presence. They make eye contact, stand with good posture, and use gestures that match their words. They sound clear, not rushed, and they believe in what they're saying. Another big quality: adaptability. If the audience looks confused, they adjust. If energy dips, they shift tone or pace. And they're willing to be human, like laugh at small slip ups instead of panicking. That balance of clarity, presence, and adaptability, yeah, that's what makes them compelling.
Okay, so how important is prior preparation before giving a speech or presentation?
Huge. Preparation is the foundation. When you know your core message inside out, you don't have to scramble for words. You can actually listen to your audience. Practice helps you smooth transitions, cut fluff, and find where you want to put pauses or emphasis. But don't overscript because sounding human beats sounding robotic. Try rehearsing out loud, ideally with someone listening who can give you feedback. And then
Okay, so
leave
what
room for,
techniques can
Mhm.
help improve voice clarity, tone, and punctuation?
Sure. First, slow, steady breathing. It keeps your voice stable. Second, do some light articulation drills, like tongue twisters to wake up the mouth. Third, record yourself and listen back. It can be cringy, but it's really helpful to refine. For tone, imagine you're speaking to a friend, not a wall. It softens that stiff vibe. And
Okay,
pauses,
so how
use
do body language, eye contact, and facial expressions influence a speech?
a lot. Open body language makes people trust you faster. Eye contact keeps them engaged, like you're actually talking with them. Facial expressions set the emotional tone. If you look warm and genuinely interested, people mirror that. And small nods or smiles, make your message feel more human. When your face and body match your words, audiences usually lean in without even realizing it.
Okay, so what role storytelling play in making a speech more engaging?
Stories are magic. They turn abstract ideas into something people can feel. When you wrap a lesson inside a short story, people remember it longer because emotions stick. A good story humanizes the speaker too, like you're sharing rather than lecturing. And it builds trust because stories show your experience instead of just facts. Even a simple personal example can keep people leaning in instead of tuning out.
Okay, so how can practicing regularly improve public speaking skills?
Practice builds muscle memory for pacing, breathing, and phrasing. So delivery feels smoother and less forced. It also lowers anxiety because your brain starts to know what to expect. Recording yourself, presenting to friends, or joining small speaking groups can help a ton. And each round of practice gives you a little more confidence. So when the real moment comes, you feel ready instead of terrified.
Okay, so my next question is how should a speaker handle mistake or unexpected questions during a presentation?
Stay calm. Pause, breathe, and acknowledge the moment lightly. Like a small slip, you can smile and move on. If it's a question you don't know, it's okay to say, "That's a great point. I'll check on that." Honesty actually builds trust more than bluffing ever will. With tough questions, repeat or reframe them so the audience knows you're engaging with it. And if you make a mistake, just fix it quickly if you can, or own it and keep moving.
Okay, ChatGPT, what are some
Audiences,
common mistakes people make while speaking in public and how can speaker keep their audience interested from beginning and to end?
let me think. Common slip ups include talking too fast, reading from slides, overusing avoiding eye contact, monotone voice, too much information, and poor preparation. To keep interest, start strong, maybe with a question or a surprising fact. Then use simple language and stories to explain points. Add interaction by asking short questions or small participation moments. Change your tone and pace to get their attention back when it drifts. And finish with a clear, memorable takeaway. Keep energy up and don't cram everything in. Be clear. When you do that, people stick with you from start to finish.
Okay, ChatGPT, so my last question is what advice would you give to someone who wants to become an inspiring public speaker?
Start by speaking often, even in tiny settings. Short talks, team meetings, community groups. Watch great speakers and notice how they use stories, pacing, and pauses. Then try borrowing those rhythms in your own way. Keep learning, keep practicing, and don't chase perfect, chase connection. When people feel understood, that's the inspiration part right there.
Okay, thank you so much all of you for listening me and watching me. Allah Hafiz.